So you're watching a video from myblingfonts.com, and we're going to walk you through downloading these TrueType typable fonts and getting them set up in corelDRAW, and give you some quick guidelines for sizing and using these fonts. They are extremely versatile, easy to download into your font program, fantastic typable fonts, and I think you're going to enjoy them. What you're going to get in your zip file email is a EULA, a README text, as well as some real specific directions for using the font in corelDRAW and also WinPC, where I go through step by step and give you real nice instructions on reducing the size of the fonts. Now, also you're going to get a conversion chart, and I strongly suggest you make a copy of this and stick it up by your computer, because whichever font you end up purchasing, and hope you purchase them all, you're going to receive a conversion chart, and each font, we'll look at OneBling S2, has a Corel point value that you need to size it at in the beginning. Now, S2 is sized at 96 points. If you are using WinPC, of course, you're going to be using a different value, but we're talking about corelDRAW here. Now, the last thing is your TrueType font. So let's just double click on it and install your font into your font box in your computer. So it's installed, it's there, and as long as corelDRAW was closed, you should be able to open corelDRAW now and find it right in your font list. So for ease of this video, I have my corelDRAW already opened, as these fonts are already installed. Now, the nice thing about Bling fonts is they are easily accessible in the font list, as they are listed right at the very top. So if we open this up, the way they're named, they're going to come right up at the top of your font list. And again, we're going to take one of these, and I'm going to show you how to size these now, because well, let's go ahead and type one so you can get an idea here of how it works. I'm going to type the word hockey, and since these are attached, I want to go to arrange and break the text, separate it out. Now, if you look at this point value here, it's at 24. It's really tiny. Let's look over here. It's at 1/4 of an inch. And even though there are little circles in here, they're way too small to make a rhinestone template yet. So let's go ahead and refresh. This is called OneBling S5. We're going to go to our conversion chart and find OneBling S5. And over here is your point value, 135. So it's really easy. You're going to go right up to your point box right over here and type in 135 and hit enter, and it's going to become huge. And then go to your magnifying glass if you need to and reduce your picture a little so you can see what you've got here. All right. Now, let's look at the width of this word. The word hockey is measuring 7 inches across, and this might be absolutely all you want to put on the shirt. And if that's the case, you're ready to cut. But you know, maybe you want to write a word like panther above it in a different font. So I'm going to type the word panther, which actually coming up in a different font automatically. And I am going to use that particular font because it has a little slant to it and I like the way it looks. It's OneBling D3. So let's look at OneBling D3, and it's supposed to be sized at 163. So Easy as pie. Let's get that sized. And the thing about this slant font that's a little bit unusual, because of the way the letters are, you're going to have to pull the letters together. And there's two ways of doing that. One, you can use the shape tool, double click, and what's going to come up is a little arrow over here. You can actually pull in your letters with that arrow, and it's not going to change the circle size or distort the circles in any way. And the other way you can do it is break your artistic text, and that will literally break each individual letter, so you can use your arrows and pull in any letters that you want a little closer. I want to spread these out a tiny bit. I want to spread this one out a little, and I want to bring these in closer. And then this looks really nice. It looks really almost ready to cut out in a design. So let's say it is ready to go now, and this is the way I want it. This completed design is measuring 10.6 by 3.5 inches, and it's perfectly sized for an SS10 stone. Again, just to remind you, looking at this conversion chart, these are sized for an SS10 stone perfectly. So if all you want to do is type the word and get it cut out quickly, once you have sized it, it's pretty much ready to cut. However, we are going to do one more thing to this. I want to convert it to curves, and so that I can get at all these little individual circles here. You know, just to give you a little more control over what you're cutting out. So with each of these, I am going to convert it to curves, ungroup, combine, and break the curve apart. Now what we have here are individual circles. And the last thing I'm going to do is pull open my macro, highlight a circle that I've made. I've made these two little circles up here, blue and kind of a magenta. And what I did was I sized them with a 0.126 was the blue circle by 0.126. And then I added a little blue color to it. And then the other one I sized at, this one that was sized at 0.11 by 0.11, because I want to make sure that all these circles are uniform for cutting. So, plus the other thing is I take these circles and I make a conversion to curves. Then I know they're really nicely made for the cutter, for sending directly to the cutter. So highlight your circle, click on right here, and that's going to mark it. Highlight your word and click over here. Make sure you have fast checked. And what that's going to do is convert your design to perfect rhinestone circles ready for cutting. Now, one more thing that I didn't bring up, and I need to. This is a macro called Macro Monster, and it is found at macromonster.com. There is a spot you can click on to get to them at myblingfonts.com. This tool is so versatile and important for working with fonts that I want to encourage you to purchase it. It's $10. It works with the Corel 3, 4, and 5 versions and should make your life a lot easier. So Now we have a design that's pretty much ready to cut here. And I'm going to highlight it, do one more thing. I'm going to take that outline off. So this is ready to go now. Okay, let's do one more thing here. Let's take our One Bling S5, which I believe is sized at 135. And let's say I want to put a little arch around that word. Maybe you have a hockey puck or something in a picture and you want to make it look a little bit more together with the picture. So let's get an ellipse and form it. Add a little outline to it so you can see it. And the easy way to do this is highlight your whole word and the circle. Go to text, fit text to path, and then go to arrange and break your text apart and delete your circle. Now you've got your word curving right around your object, and the nice thing is that the circles will not be distorted. Now if you're ready to cut this, you can send it directly to the cutter at this point, but I always convert it to curves, ungroup it, combine it, break the curve apart, and then I grab this particular circle and open up my macro, highlight that circle, grab hockey, and hit the button. And the reason I do that is, number one, I really want my circles to be in curves, and sending them to the cutter, you know that they are perfect circles, completely done in curves, because remember, you made your little circles, after you made them, you converted them to curves. So thanks for watching, and I'm going to do part 2 of the video in a minute, where I'm going to walk you through reducing the size of these designs with just another video instruction. Thank you so much.